All right, you should have this spreadsheet out. Notice it is Mathis _ Western Sales. And I'm giving you a scenario as an analyst for a corporation. So your objectives for this particular exercise has to deal with selecting and referencing cells, merge and center data, set cell style, and properly save the file and upload it to the correct folder. If you can do all of these, you'll get the full credit. So here is the scenario. The company releases a new version of a popular game. The corporate office officials want to see the growth in sales from the time that they promote the release 3.3 and all releases afterwards. As an analyst for the company, you're tasked with collecting the information from the 4 states that are selling that product. By referencing the information on the other sheets, you'll be able to show the corporate officials the overall total of the total gross sales, expenses, and commissions, as well as total net sales. On this sheet, all we're going to worry about is to gain the content that is for release 3.3. Now, I've given you some instructions here. This is the first set of instructions. This is the second set of instructions. We're going to go through and do the first row, which is Alaska, to reference all the 3.3s. So look at the bottom of the screen, or where the tabs are. We're worried about Alaska, Washington, Oregon, and California. And each one of these have a gross sales, expense, commission, and net sales. Same thing on this one. Let me click out of that. Gross sales, expenses, commissions, and net sales. Same thing with Oregon. Gross sales, expenses, commissions, and net sales. And there's California. Now, again, we're only going to be working with, for this sheet, the January 3rd, which was the release 3.3. So here's what you got to do. Remember, we chose, using the selector, we choose a cell. In order to reference it to another cell, we have to put an equal sign. Now, once the equal sign is there, it's looking for some direction. So because we are in Alaska, we want to get the gross sales. So we're going to click Alaska, find the release 3.3 gross sales, click, and enter. When you do, it transfers the information. Here's how I know that you transfer the information. If you click in the box, this shows the formula up here in the formula bar, instead of having just 112,000. That's how I know you've done it appropriately. Now let's go over to the total expenses. Again, equal sign, go to Alaska, find release 3.3 for expenses, and enter. For total commissions, equal sign, Alaska, commissions for 3.3, enter. And then total sales, we're going to do equal, go to Alaska, net sales, enter. So we took all the information that's from Alaska and referenced it on this sheet. Now let's go down to Washington. We're going to do the same thing. We're just going to pick another tab at the bottom here. So we'll do an equal sign, click Washington, find the release 3.3 for gross sales, and enter. Now, here's the thing. Not only did it reference this, but it added the sum of these two numbers down here. And here's how you know it's adding. When you click in it, there is a formula there, and it's saying sum up between B21 and B24. That would be B21 here through B24. So you're going to get all the gross sales for the release 3.3 that shows how much that corporation earned on January 3rd or by January 3rd. Okay, so here's what I need you to do. Go ahead and fill in the rest of the cells. What I want you to do is stop the video, fill in the rest of the cells. When you've got all the data there, go ahead and start the video again, and we'll go to your job part 2. Stop the video now. Now that you have all your figures together, we have to make it a little more eye appealing to your bosses. So we're going to finagle some of the data around so that it looks more eye appealing. So the first thing that you're going to do is you are going to merge and center the title. This is the title. Notice that all the information is in one cell. If you clicked over here, it doesn't show anything. That's because all the data bled over into the other cells, so we have to center it. So here's what you do. You highlight or you select the first box, go all the way over to the end above total net sales, and then what you need to learn is where on this ribbon you need to merge things. So on the Home tab in the Alignment section, click Merge and Center. So everything's centered there. Now, what we need to do is kind of make this pop. So now I need to make sure that it is selected, and we're going to fill color it. And the fill color is in the Home tab under Font, and this paint can here is the fill color. And now we need to do a specific fill color. If you can see, I'm looking for green, accent 6, lighter than 60%. So I'm going to click on the fill color. I'm going to go over to green. And if you hover over this, oh, there. That's green accent lighter than 80%. We need 60%. So let's see what this says. Green accent lighter than 60. So we're going to click on that. And then we need to change the text color. So on the Home tab, in the font, we're going to change the text color or the font color. And we're going to make that, what are we going to make that? Text color is going to be accent 6. It's still going to be green, but it's going to be darker than 50%. So here's that. Accent green, darker 25%, darker 60 or 50%. So now that stands out a little bit. And the good thing is it's in green, and usually a corporation associates green with the color of money. Now, we also need to kind of make your columns stand out as far as what this is. So what we're going to do is we are going to apply a cell style to all of this line right here. So here's what you do. Up on the Home tab, if you go across, you've got Font, Alignment, Number, and Styles. And then if you look over here, you see Cell Styles. So we are going to highlight from Office to Total Net Sales, and we're going to go to Cell Styles, and we're going to look for the Input option. So go over here and look for Input and see how that changed everything. That is the style. Click on that. Alright, so now once you've got everything settled, you should be saving your document. So now it's saved to my OneDrive. However, for you, it's saved as Mathis Western, and we all know that that's the wrong thing. So go to File, Save a Copy, Browse to your desktop, find your DIT hold file, double click on it so it opens, and then instead of Mathis, you're going to still keep Western Sales, and you're going to change it to your last name. Don't put last name. I want your last name. And then hit enter. And we got it. Okay. All right. I think that's good. Now what I need you to do is go to the Western summary. Now that you've practiced this with me, I'm going to see if you can do it on your own. So go to Western summary, and over here you are given the instructions of what you need to do. So please complete this chart according to these instructions, which are a little bit different from the instructions that I gave you, but it still uses the same exact skills. Get to work.